And welcome back to Eccles Coliseum here in Cedar City. It's a final now. What a game we had for the battle for the Axe. The Trailblazers losing a heartbreaker in double overtime, 37-34 over against Southern Utah. Trailblazers had a chance. They went for it in double overtime on 4th and 2, and they come up short. And that gave the ball back to Southern Utah. And the T-Birds were able to kick a field goal to win it. So it was a great ball game here. As the Trailblazers, boy, they played well. Reggie Graff, listen to these numbers here. Unbelievable numbers. Reggie Graff, 31 of 57 for Reggie Graff through the air, 386 yards, 3 touchdowns. Eni Falai, 6 receptions on 11 targets, 133 yards, and 3 touchdowns as well. Trailblazers had 463 yards of total offense. Southern Utah, 473 yards of total offense. Just an unbelievable game. Utah Tech, 27, just a little over 27 minutes of possession time, 32 minutes for Southern Utah. Utah Tech, a few more penalties than they would like, 10 for 50. Third down conversions, 8 for 20. Fourth down conversions, 1 for 2. They wanted to be 2 for 2, and then they'd be going home with the axe here. But one turnover for the Trailblazers to fumble. That was right after the T-Birds fumbled away the opening kickoff of the second half. But what a game. Both teams played really well. We're going to hear from Coach Anderson coming up. And we won't have him up here in the booth, in the ZAG broadcast booth like we usually do, because they're about 2 football fields away in their locker room. So he's talking with his team, and we'll have him on the phone. So that's what's coming up. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hopefully hear from Coach Anderson. Again, the final here, unbelievable football game. Maybe the rivalry was born today between the Trailblazers and the T-Birds. Double overtime, 37-34. Southern Utah coming away with the win, and the Axe remains in Cedar City for at least one more year. Trailblazers have a chance to get it back at home next time. We'll be right back with the Johnson Pediatric postgame show after this. D.R. Horton is America's largest home builder, but with a local heart. Nestled just west of the Sand Hollow Recreation Area is a 600-acre master-planned community with beautifully designed single-family homes, cottages, and townhomes called Long Valley. Visit us at drhorton.com and join us in continuing the American dream of home ownership and build your next home with D.R. Horton, America's builder.
Experience the magic of Southern Utah from the sky and the ground at Confetti Pebbles Hot Air Balloons. They take you on breathtaking journeys across the stunning landscapes of St. George, Hurricane, and beyond. But why just visit when you can live here? Priority First Real Estate is dedicated to helping you find your dream home. Together, they bring you closer to the community, closer to nature, closer to home. Confetti Pebbles Hot Air Balloons and Priority First Real Estate, where adventure meets home.
Hey there, sports fans. Ready to take a time out from the sidelines and jump into the action? St. George Regional Airport has you covered. Score big with convenient flights that take you from our Red Rocks to destinations around the globe. Whether it's the bright lights of L.A. or an exotic getaway across the Pacific, your adventure starts right here at home. When you're planning that epic getaway, St. George Regional Airport is your home field advantage. All right, back here in Eccles Stadium, Trailblazers lose a heartbreaker in double overtime to Southern Utah. And out on the field right now, 37-34 was your final. The T-Birds out celebrating, even a few Utah Tech players kind of mingling out around with them, as a lot of these guys know each other, and they know what it's like. So a couple of Trailblazers out there showing good sports as well. So we're waiting for Coach Anderson. They've got a long walk, and seriously, the locker rooms are over in the area of the basketball arena, and that is a softball and a soccer field away. So I'll show you here. We can show you. I'll zoom in for those watching on Trailblazer Sports Vision. See those buses? That's where the locker room is. All right, and that's where the team has to walk all the way back here. There. So that's why Coach isn't coming up there, because he, wouldn't be able to make it in time. We'd be here for half an hour. And so you see some of the players. Let's see, where are they? Right there. Right there. They're walking right behind that. See, they got to walk up that long sidewalk all the way up there. So place really isn't conducive to be nice to visiting teams, as you've got your locker rooms that far away. So we got Steve Johnson, the sports information director for the Trailblazers. He's on his way up there to get a hold of Coach Anderson, and we'll have him by phone. But first, it's time to announce our Burt Brothers Player of the Game, and we got two guys to choose from. So if you could tell me who you would choose, who would it be? Reggie Graff, 31 of 57, 386 yards, 3 touchdowns. Or Annie Falai. Career game for him, 6 receptions, 133 yards, and he caught all 3 of those touchdowns. Almost had a fourth on that jump pass on 4th and goal from the 2 in double overtime. Who would you give it to? Well, here we go. I'm going to make an executive decision. We're going to give it to both guys. Maybe an easy way out, but, they just both played great. They are the reason that the Trailblazers had a chance here in double overtime. So Reggie Graff and Annie Falai, the Burt brothers, doing it better. Players of the game. Burt brothers now in St. George on Sunset. But what a game for both of them. They hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, including an 81-yarder, the longest reception of Annie Falai's career. Annie Falai now has gone over the century mark in receiving yards 2 of the last 3 games after missing 6 straight games with a knee injury after being knocked out in the opener against Montana State. Okay, I just got a text from Steve Johnson, and we're getting ready to hear from Coach. So we'll take another break. When we come back, hopefully we'll get on the line with Coach Anderson, get his thoughts about this game, this rivalry. And I'm going to call it right now. This rivalry, Utah Tech and Southern Utah, it's real now. It's official with a game like this. The rivalry for the Battle for the Axe, born on this day, November 23rd, 2024. Be right back.
Welcome to St. George Academy, home of the Dragon Slayers, where academic excellence meets individualized learning right here in Southern Utah. At St. George Academy, we believe in challenging our students with rigorous curriculum, preparing them for a demanding college experience and beyond. And it's all tuition-free. Our unique Pathway University program offers accelerated courses, allowing students to earn college credits in high school. Experience the St. George Academy difference, schedule your tour today, and join us on your educational journey.
Yesco is a proud partner of Trailblazer Sports Vision and Utah Tech Athletics. Yesco specializes in manufacture of custom electric signs and displays. From the smallest to the largest, Yesco can design, manufacture, install, and maintain an identification package that is tailored to your specific needs. Yesco has been serving Utah businesses for well over 100 years with quality signage and exceptional service. To see how Yesco can serve you, go to yesco.com.
Craving something sweet but healthy? Come to Berries and Cream, the original spot for fresh berries in our delicious sweet cream. Locally owned and operated right here in St. George. We offer a cold, refreshing treat that's perfect for the southern Utah climate. Fresh fruit has never tasted so good. Berries and Cream, the original taste of St. George.
Back here in Cedar City, the sun's starting to set here on an incredible football game, incredible rivalry game. Southern Utah comes away with a double overtime thriller on a field goal by Rogers to win it In the second OT, 37-34. Trailblazers got out to a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. Then 31 straight points by the T-Birds. Trailblazers come back with 17 straight. And Ilya Uvadov with a 53-yarder with just over a minute left to tie it at 31. A couple of field goals apiece in the first overtime. And then in the second overtime, the Trailblazers went for it, 4th down and goal at the 2. And they came up short, and that allowed Southern Utah to kick a field goal. Hang on just a second. Steve, are we ready? Yes. Okay, put him on. Okay, so we're going to have Coach Lance Anderson right here. Let me see if I can get the mic working out. Coach, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. We can hear you. All right, Coach, just give us your thoughts. What a rivalry game, and I keep saying the rivalry was born on this day in 2024.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm so proud of the way the guys competed. Very disappointing in the outcome and the loss. But, yeah, this is what a rivalry game should be. Back and forth, swings of momentum. But the thing that I'm most proud of is the guys never gave up. They continued to fight. They continued to battle. And we had a chance. We just didn't capitalize on it. But we will learn from this, and we will come back better.
And, Coach, you talk about finishing. You've talked about that a lot. You were up 14-0. It looked like, okay, here we go again. But then you score 17 straight. You finished a couple of drives where you had to finish. And so you got to be pleased with, okay, we're moving in the right direction. This was something that we can work on in the offseason and build on and really hit the ground running in spring football in March.
Oh, yeah, I agree, Rod. There are a lot of things we can build on. Just the offense finishing some of those drives, punching it in for touchdowns, finishing with a 53-yard field goal, some great plays on special teams, getting some key defensive stops there in the fourth quarter. Yeah, there is a lot to build on. And, you look at the last 5 games of the season. I know we only finished the one time, but we were there in those games. We had opportunities in all those games against some good football teams. So, we just got to go to work. But we know that there's a bright future here.
The quarterback always gets a lot of the credit, but Reggie Graff, 386 yards, and Annie Falai, career afternoon, 133 receiving yards. I gave our player of the game to both of them because I think they both did it. But talk about them, but also we cannot underestimate the value of that offensive line and what they did. Reggie was under pressure a lot, but these guys came after, and this is a young, inexperienced offensive line, and I think they grew up a lot today.
Oh, they did. And Coach Keller does a great job with that group. You mentioned Reggie, you mentioned Annie. Those are 2 leaders for us on the offensive side of the ball. They come out, they compete. You saw them make plays today. Not everything was perfect, but, hey, they kept coming back, kept fighting, and, made some big plays for us. And yeah, during the game, we had, Rambo Maggio go down. Jacob Zarate went down. Other guys had to step up, and, the offensive line really battled. And in all positions, we're going to be better as we go into the spring. We're going to work harder. We're going to improve. But I really appreciate the fight that those guys gave today, just knowing that, hey, we need to get better in the future, and we will.
Talking with Utah Tech head coach Lance Anderson by phone here on the post-game show. Heartbreaking, thrilling loss, actually, 37-34 double overtime for the battle for the Axe with the T-Birds. And, Coach, I got to ask you, in double overtime, 4th and goal from the 2, I thought it was absolutely the right call. Was there any hesitation on going for it in 4th 2 instead of going for the field goal?
Oh, there was a little bit, but I kind of made my mind up that, hey, if we're like inside that 3-yard line, let's take a shot. Let's get the touchdown. Let's put the pressure on them. I feel good about our decision that we made, and then I think we had an opportunity there and just didn't convert.
Well, the play was a couple of plays before that on 3rd down where the jump pass and McEwen was wide open for the end zone. Reggie just underthrew him. As much as Reggie did great, he did have a couple of throws where he hurried it and put it at their feet, but he was just trying to get it to him quickly before the defense had a chance to respond.
Oh, that's the nature of it. I mean, no one to this day has played a perfect game, and I don't think anyone ever will. But you keep striving, you keep fighting to get as close as you can. That's the great thing with Reggie. Hey, if he does something wrong, hey, he moves on and plays the next play, and he certainly put us in position to have a chance to win today.
He did. What a great way to first start against his rival, to have that kind of a game. Unbelievable by him and Annie, and a lot of other guys as a team really put forth a great effort here in the season finale. All right, Coach, what's next? What's next on the agenda, on the calendar for you now as you've fulfilled your first year here?
we're going to go to work, and we're going to build a better football team. We're going to better develop the players that we have on this team. We're going to be more prepared as we take spring ball, and especially as we take the field next fall. So the great thing is we're going to have a lot of meetings with our players. They're going to keep working. We're going to hit the road recruiting here soon. December signing day has moved up this year, so it's on December 4th. So, yeah, we've got a lot of work ahead of us over the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's a week from Wednesday, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you looking for quickly? You don't have to go into detail, but what do you need to get in this recruiting cycle?
We're looking to upgrade everywhere. We're looking to add depth everywhere. So, I think we're going to add people at most all positions. But, you guys see some of the critical needs. Offensive line, we've got to add multiple people there, and we've got to add some people who are ready to play right now. In our front seven, defensive line and linebacker, we've got to be, more physical there. We got to get bigger, stronger guys there. So we're going to look for guys at that position. Jay McEwen and Alec Burton are seniors. We got a couple tight ends moving on, and we haven't had a ton of depth there. We got a couple of good players in Eric Olson and Enny Falai, but we need to add guys there. So those positions will be critical. But yeah, we're looking to add guys across the board, just knowing that, it's just part of the process of building a better and more competitive football team.
All right, Coach, one last question. It's the end of your first season as head coach here at Utah Tech and your first crack at this rivalry, and this is the best game in this history of this rivalry. Just your thoughts as the season wraps up, and especially this heartbreaker here in Cedar City.
It's been difficult. It's been challenging for sure. No one wants a 1-11 season, but I am very proud, like I mentioned before, of how we finished these last 5 games and how we've been more competitive. We put ourselves in a chance to win those games. We finished with a great rivalry game against a really good football team like Southern Utah, and again have a chance to win. So I'm pleased. Again, it's small victories, but it's I'm pleased with the direction that we're trending. We just got to speed this process up, and we've got to get better faster. But again, we have time now, and there's got to be urgency every single day that we're doing things to make this football team better, and that's going to start tomorrow. I'm going to go to work, and we're going to do things every single day to make sure we're getting this football team better.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. And, boy, what a game, what a way to finish, and what a lot to look forward to after what we saw today, Coach. Coach Lance Anderson, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, that was Trailblazer head coach Lance Anderson from 2 or 3 football fields away by phone. Thank you for joining us. All right, so that'll do it. Big Nate back at the studio. Thank you for all of your help today. Great job. Hope you've enjoyed this season. It's been frustrating at times. Hasn't gone the way that any of us would want. But you know what? You saw in the last half of the season improvement by this team. Not in the win-loss column, but on the field, you saw what they're capable of. And you definitely saw it today in a 37-34 double overtime loss to their rivals, Southern Utah. So what a game. A couple of great performances. Hope you enjoyed it today. This was a fantastic rivalry game, a fantastic way to end the season. Just a reminder that tomorrow I will be heading to Montana, Missoula, Montana for the Stu Morrill Classic. Utah Tech, John Judkins and the basketball team. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, they'll open up the three-game and three-day tournament against Cal State Northridge. 2 o'clock tip-off and 1:45 pregame show here on Trailblazer Sports Vision and also on the Fan Sports Radio. Then we'll do it again Monday and then Tuesday afternoon. Then we'll come back home for Thanksgiving and then head to take on Portland State. So busy week for the Trailblazers. I hope you'll join us. But once again, it is a final here in Cedar City. The battle for the Axe. The Axe remains in Cedar for one more year in double overtime, a thriller. 37-34. Southern Utah gets the win and keeps the Axe. So for Big Nate back at the studio, I'm Rod Zundel, and for Steve Johnson, the Assistant Athletic Director and Media Relations for Utah Tech. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we will talk to you again tomorrow afternoon from Missoula, Montana with the Trailblazer basketball team. Good night, everybody.